For this INFT 124 screen recording video, we are going to be showing how to complete the Module 4 Microsoft Word assessment. First, I'm going to make sure I click on Modules. Then I'm going to Module 4, then Assignments, and you'll see the M4 Word assessment is right here. So for the first step, for the directions, I'm going to click on this file here. It'll open up in Microsoft Word. I'm going to click and open it. And mine's going to open in a smaller screen. Yours might open like this. If it does, I suggest first clicking Enable Editing and then going over here and clicking the minimize so it makes it slightly smaller. So you can, while you're doing your assignment, you can have the two windows open at the same time that you're going to need. So I have this. Now the first step in here is then going to direct me to do something else. It says open the document posted with the assignment in Blackboard titled M4 Word Assessment to be formatted. So I'm going to go back to Blackboard and you'll see right below there's another file. And it's called M4 Word Assessment file to be formatted. I'm going to click on that one as well. And here this opens up Microsoft Word. Yours will probably open big. If it does, make sure you always click on Enable Editing so that you're able to make changes and edit this document. I suggest, if you would like, make it smaller and then put it side by side next to the directions. That way you can have your directions over here on the left and then the file you're making changes to over on the right, because I'm going to follow this set of directions on the left to make changes to this file on the right. So now I've got my directions and my file I'm making changes to on the right. So for step 2, it says change the font of the entire document to Times New Roman size 12. So the next thing it's going to do at the bullet point, then tell me how to actually do that if I don't know how. So first it says select the entire document by pressing Control A. So I'm going to click back over on this document I'm changing. I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard and then A. And you'll look and it selects everything for me, like highlights everything. Then it says click the Home tab and then go to the font group. So I'm on the Home tab here, Home. And you look, there's different groups that are labeled like clipboard, font, styles, and so on. I want this font group. Within the font group, it says choose font type Times New Roman. So this is the font types. I'm going to go here. I have Times New Roman already available. If you do not, what you can do is start typing in Times New Roman. It'll come up and hit enter on your keyboard. Then lastly, you want size 12. You'll see my size is 11. I can either go here and choose 12, or I can go here and I can type in 12 and hit enter. And you'll see it change slightly. Times New Roman 12. Next, step 3 says include page numbers at the top right corner of each page. First, it tells me how to do that. So if I don't know how to put page numbers in, don't worry, because I'm giving you the exact directions at each bullet point on what to exactly do. So what we're going to do now is go to the Insert tab. So you'll see different tabs along the top. I'm going to Insert. Then it says go to the header footer group. Remember, we have different groups here. And this one's a header footer group. And within the header footer group, it says click page number. So I'm going to go here, click page number. And then it says choose top of page. So look at these categories here. I'm choosing top of page. And then my instructions then tells me choose plain number 3. So I'm going to go down to plain number 3, click on it. Lastly, it says then click close header and footer. I'm going to click close, and you'll see just by following those steps, I've inserted a page number very easily on every page of my document on the top right corner. So now we've done step 3. Moving on to step 4, format the cover page following the information below. First, bold all the information on the cover page. So to do that, I'm going to take and click, just drag and select and highlight the stuff on the cover page. Then if you go up here, the B is for bold. If you never know what something is, you can hover on it and it tells you what it is. So I'm just going to click bold and it makes everything nice and dark and bold. The next bullet point under 4 says replace your name in the spot where it says put your name here. So while you're doing it, you are going to click in that spot, delete the information, and put your name there. Well, my name is Christy Folsom, so I'm putting mine there. And I've done that next part. And the last bullet point here in number 4 says put today's date where it says put today's date here. So I'm going to click here where it says that. I'm going to delete this. And then I'm going to start typing today's date. So I'm going to start typing October And you'll see if I'm using today's date, it comes up as a suggestion for me. And I can just say, oh, press enter. If I hit enter, look, it added it for me. So I've done that last bullet point. So number 4 is done. Moving on to number 5. Select each of the main titles in the document that are specified below, then bold each by going to the Home tab font group and bold. So the first title I'm going to look for is the title Workplace Communication. So going back to my document, I'm going to scroll down and you'll see I found it here on the first page. I'm going to select it first because it wants me to bold it. And then I'm going to go up here, I'm going to click bold. The next title it wants me to find is what follows are Mosley's key points. So scrolling down, see this is the next title. Very easy, the next thing down. Selecting, bold. And lastly, I need to find the title called references. So I'm going to keep scrolling until I find it. And this is on the last page. I'm going to click, select and drag, and then come up here and bold. Easy, right? That's all step 5. Now moving on to step 6. Ensure all the titles in the document are aligned to center by selecting each and going to the Home tab, paragraph group, and center. So let's go back up here. And the titles, again, are the same as what we did in bold. But I'm going to Workplace Communication. I'm going to select it. And then we're in the paragraph group here. And then if you hover, you'll find this is center. And watch when I click it, it centers it above my information. Then I'm going to center the same thing I just bolded before, the what follows are Mosley's key points. So I'm going to click and drag, and then I'm going to go to paragraph group, and I'm going to center it. Lastly, it wants me to center the references title that I just bolded. So I'm going to go down here, click and drag, paragraph group, and then center. So I've done that. Now number 6 is all done. Number 7, it says, indent each of the paragraphs in the document that are specified below. Click in front of the first sentence in the first paragraph that starts with in today's, and then press the tab key on the keyboard. So just as you would in a paper or something of that sort that you do for a class, you have to indent in front of each paragraph. So I'm going to find where it says in today's, and this is right here, the first paragraph. I'm going to click right there in front of it. And then on your keyboard, there's a tab key that is right usually above the caps lock key. Push tab, and it indents it perfectly for a paragraph. So we did the first bullet. Second bullet says click in front of the first sentence in the second paragraph that starts with in her article. So this is not a paragraph that we're using, but if you go down here to in her article, I'm going to indent there. So I'm going to go here, click in front of it like I did, and then tab on the keyboard. Then the last bullet point over here says click in front of the first paragraph in the third paragraph that starts with effective. So I'm going to skip over this list here, and I'm going to go down here, it says effective. I'm going to click in front of it, and then I'm going to hit tab on the keyboard again, and you'll see it easily indents it. So I've done all of number 7. Now moving on to number 8. It says the section where Mosley's 4 key points should become a bulleted list. Well, if you don't know how to do that, you are going to follow what it says. It says select the 4 separate lines below the first paragraph. So under here, build, trust, try to be, ensure that employees, and allow employees, and those are the 4 points underneath Mosley's key points. I'm going to click that. I'm going to select them. So you're going to click in front of it, drag down. Then it says click the Home tab. So I am going to go to make sure I'm at the Home tab. I'm going to go to this paragraph group. Then it says click on the bullets button. So if you don't know what that is, you always hover. And if you look, it says bullets. And look how easily it turned it into a bulleted list. All right. Now that was number 8. Now moving into number 9. It says the section with Ryder's 4 points should become a numbered list. So we just bulleted this one. So if you look here, this is talking about this person, Ryder, and there's a list here. So what I'm going to do, it says number 9, select the 4 separate lines below the paragraph. So these are Ryder's 4 points. Select these, just like I did above. Then it says click the Home tab, paragraph group, like we did for bullets. We're in the Home tab. We're in the paragraph group. Then it says click on the numbering button. If you're not sure what that is, you go up here, you hover, there's bullets we just did. And this one's numbering. I'm going to click on it. And if you look, I forgot to do this 4th one. So let me click undo, and I'm going to show you again. I only selected 3. We're going to select all 4, which is lacked on doing me 4. So it says all 4 points, all 4 separate lines. Click on all 4. I make sure I'm at the Home tab, Paragraph Group. I don't want bullets because we just did them. I want numbers. And if you look, it numbered them 1 through 4 perfectly. I don't have to do anything else. It formatted it easily. Lastly, it is going to, I want to make sure also, I just noticed that this came up on this page. If this happens to you and your references start to come up onto your page with your info, you want to click above it somewhere and hit enter on the keyboard until the references end up on the last page, because you just want your references to be by themselves. So lastly, it says save your document following the directions below. Name the file with your last name. Do not put the actual words, your last name. You're going to put your last name. So my last name is Folsom. Mine's going to be called Folsom and then INFT124 module 4. And I'm going to save it like that. So to save it, I'm going to go to File. I'm going to Save As. And then I'm going to probably go down to Browse and save how I normally save things. And I'm going to save mine to my OneDrive. And then remember it said to save it with my last name. I have a folder here if you ever have folders. I want to put it in my INFT folder. So I'm going to put it Folsom. And then it said INFT 124 module 4. So INFT 124 module 4. And I'm naming it that. So if I have to find it, it's easy to find and I know exactly what assignment it is. Then I'm going to go over here and click Save. And I've saved it. And then it says, and upload and submit it back into the assignment spot in Blackboard in module 4. So I have it saved. I know it's saved. I'm going to close it because to be able to upload it, because it's in my OneDrive, it's going to need it closed. So I can minimize or close this. And then to go in and submit it, I'm going to click right on the name of the assignment. It's going to open this up, and then I'm going to click on Upload Files. Once that opens, I'm going to click on Browse Local Files. And then I know I saved it in my OneDrive, and I had it saved in my fall 2024 and within there in my INFT. Yours may be somewhere else. So this is it, Folsom INFT 124 module 4. And then I'm going to make sure it's there, and then I'm going to hit submit, and it will upload it for my instructor, and I'll be able to see a preview.